Some of Colorado's most beautiful places aren't at the top of the list of tourist attractions. People want to keep it that way. A new national monument could bring a whole lot more people to a part of our state that might not be able to handle it. For proof, the Dolores Canyons National Monument would be the largest in the state at roughly 400,000 acres across Mesa and Montrose counties. Now News reporter Evan Krugel and photojournalist Ann Herbst show us what could stand in the way of that actually happening.
Colorado is filled with places people can escape to. Areas of solitude, like the Dolores River Canyon, where cell phones can be used for pictures, but not phone calls.
So you're looking at a good 40 miles without any cell reception. There's actually a couple houses here where people that have been involved in accidents tend to stop and call.
Galen Doherty is the fire chief for the Gateway Unaweep District, where plans for a large national monument recently made his jaw drop.
Because I think the first thought that went through my head actually was, what?
Galen says his one firehouse, one fire engine, and one ambulance would have no chance to keep up with an increase in visitors in an area where 911 call boxes are often the only line of communication.
I honestly do not feel like we'd be able to handle the amount of tourism that a monument would bring in.
How many visitors a monument would bring remains unknown.
A big part of this conversation is really the chicken and the egg.
Anna Stout supports the monument and believes services would build up over time.
There's nothing that justifies having more infrastructure at this time. Once there's a need for it, though, that's when that infrastructure is developed.
Anna is a council member in nearby Grand Junction and says tourism dollars have helped her city expand things like roads and cell towers.
As things develop, that's when you start developing infrastructure to support the growth or the increase in visitors.
Galen believes they need to build an additional fire station, buy more trucks, and hire more staff.
Did you receive any sort of assurance that these costs to your department would be covered if this were to happen?
Not at all.
How does that make you feel?
Scared.
Anna says she's scared too, that concerns about the future could impact protections she says need to happen now.
As we move forward and as questions are answered, I think that'll really help ease some of the concerns.
Solitude is why so many come here, to seek out a place off the beaten path. The road to protecting this has different lanes, but the same destination.
We're all on the same side of wanting to make sure that this landscape is protected.
Now, the fire chief says Senator Michael Bennet did meet with them in person last month to hear about their concerns. Ultimately, the decision for a monument designation comes down to one person, the president. A White House spokesperson declined to comment on if or when a decision could be made, only saying there's, quote, nothing to share at this time. Mark?
Even as a Colorado native, I drove through that for the first time this summer, had no idea that it was even there, but it's absolutely beautiful. The secret's out now. So who would ultimately pay for these infrastructure changes?
Yeah, it is stunningly beautiful. That is the million-dollar question, right, Mark? The infrastructure down there simply would need to be developed if this were to happen, but the tax base isn't there. As you probably saw as you were driving through, we're talking towns of 300, 400, 500 people, simply not a big enough base to be able to provide that level of funding. Ultimately, this may come down to the federal government needing to step in if this becomes a reality.
And just a couple of first responders for that massive area. Evan Krugel, thank you.